Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new edition of Merrill's Monday Morning Market Madness. I'm coming at you today with an update regarding the Phoenix residential housing market and just kind of letting you know, hey, what is the latest and greatest? What is going on? Maybe you've been seeing a lot of posts or mumblings or murmurings about the market shifting. And so being a numbers guy, I'm going to dive into the numbers and talk to you about exactly what it is that we are seeing so far and what I think it means. But as always, I like to start off with a very key metric called months supply of inventory. So we have 6,507 active listings currently in our MLS. There are 11,571 listings pending, 8,836 listings that have closed in the past 30 days, giving us a month supply of inventory of 0.74. Now, the important thing about those numbers. So first of all, let's just address the month supply of inventory. What all that is we're just taking the number of active listings divided by the number of listings that have closed in the past 30 days. So theoretically, if no new listings were to come on the market, how long would it take for everything to be gone at the current pace which homes are selling? A balanced market typically would have a month supply of inventory of 4 or 5 months. If we had a 4 or 5 month supply of inventory, we would expect home values to be pretty flat and stable. And so with a month supply of inventory of 0.74, that is still just ridiculously low. We are still very, very much in a very strong seller's market. But what it is the highest month supply of inventory and the highest active listing count we have seen this year. So we pretty much have to go back all the way to like November and December before we saw 6,500 active listings on the market and before we saw a month supply of inventory in the 0.7s. So everyone's kind of talking about, okay, inventory is rising, but I want to make like really, really clear, it is exciting that inventory is rising. It will hopefully make it a lot easier for buyers to buy. But it is still very, very much a seller's market, and a seller's market in which I anticipate values will continue to rise at probably a stable pace of 10 to 15% over the next year, because a month supply of inventory of 0.74 is still ridiculously far from a balanced market. Put it this way, in May and April, we were seeing a lot of homes would go on the market and literally have 10 or 20 offers. Now we're seeing homes that are sometimes only getting 3 or 4, but they're still getting multiple offers. And for the most part, they're still selling above list price, even at these new, very highly inflated prices. Average sales prices have increased by roughly 35% over the past year. And homes are still getting multiple offers, even at those new prices. So still a seller's market, values are still rising. So when you hear people say that the market is shifting, I don't really like that word, because I feel like it makes people think, oh, well, then that must mean that we're no longer in a seller's market. It's a buyer's market, and I can put in these low offers or something like that. Is probably not the case. Still a seller's market. So I looked back 8 weeks. So if we go back exactly 8 weeks from today, the date was May 17th. At that time, we had 5,065 active listings. So over the past 8 weeks, we have gained 1,442 active listings, which means that on average, we're gaining 26 new homes on them. So on average, every day, there are 26 more homes being listed than what sell. Okay, so every day we add another 26 homes, which is, pretty exciting. But if you take 26 times 365, okay, let's assume that pace continues, then we will have, we'll gain around 9,000 active listings, which add that to the 6,500 that we have. We'll still only be at whatever that is, 14,000 active listings. We'll still very much be in an extreme seller's market, even a year later, continuing at this pace. Lastly, I just wanted to mention possibly one of the reasons that we're seeing inventory increase right now is somewhat seasonal. So I put a little chart up here on my whiteboard, and this is just to kind of show you what our seasonal sales cycle looks like. Now, 2020 was weird because of COVID. So our biggest sales months didn't end up being May and June. Okay. But if you go back all the way to the year 2000, right, and you were to plot on a graph when all the, what month all the homes sold, okay, then traditionally May and June are our biggest sales months of the year. Over the last couple of years, we've seen around 10,000 homes sell during those months. Okay. And then January and December are the slowest months of the year, where around 6,000 homes sell. And then the months in between, February to April and July to October, ish, we usually see around 8,000 homes sell during those months. So it kind of creates this, this graph where sales peak in May and June. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to close in May and June, then that means you need to have gotten the home under contract in April and May. Okay, so we are now past our busiest selling season. Not to say that homes aren't still selling. We're still probably going to sell 9,000 homes in the month of July. So pretty significant amount of homes selling. But the many buyers who really wanted to move this year may have already done so during the months of May and June. And now it's just slowing down a little bit. And maybe soon fewer homes will start coming on the market, because also sellers have realized that the super busy selling frenzy has ended. So again, I really don't think we're on this trajectory of, it's a matter of months before we reach a balanced or a buyer's market. I think it will take years to reach a truly balanced market. We're just seeing inventory rise right now. That's something that I personally am very excited about for the buyers that we work with, because we've got a really great environment right now where values are still rising, which is great for homeowners and sellers and people that already own homes, but it's also not a complete bloodbath, making it a little more doable for many buyers to buy. Sellers, it's starting to get a little harder. A few months ago, if you were selling your house, you could ask for, they had to give you their puppy, they had to give you their firstborn child, they had to give you a kidney, they had to, and now we're starting to see, you're still going to get a great price, but it's a little bit harder to get, make such strong demands like, hey, we want to be able to stay in the house for 60 days past closing rent free. And we want to, it'll get a little bit harder for sellers to make those demands right now, because again, the frenzy is calming down. So I will continue to keep you posted, and we'll see what the inventory continues to do. But I think it will continue to go up for the next couple of weeks, and eventually it'll level off. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope you found this information helpful. If you have any questions, or you want to know more specifically what the market is doing in your area or in your neighborhood, please let me know. I'm always more than happy to help out with that information. Thanks, and have a great day.